Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to talk about XRP this morning. And it's going to sound a bit moonboyish. I've seen on Twitter there's a lot of people talking about XRP and expectations, and even some BlackRock idea of ETFs stuff seems to be floating around. So let's have a little look at something, shall we? So if you take it to a 15-minute chat to begin with, it's neither here nor there. This is XRP all over the place. We're up, we're down, we're up, we're down, we're all over the place. And really, it's kind of just following the market, which is Bitcoin at the moment, which again on the 15-minute time frame is we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down, we're all over the place. So Ethereum is the different one really at the moment, and we're looking for Ethereum to continue on with this trend. I think there's a reasonable chance that it does, with a target of around 3,400. So with that in mind, altcoins ought to still maintain a higher high, higher low structure, basically uptrends. But with XRP, there is something slightly different. So obviously, XRP really did go a bit crazy before everybody else did. Actually, had a very, very strong start to the bull market. Might not feel like it because it hasn't maintained a particular level of interest, but it has. I mean, it's done pretty well. But this is XRP all over the place. It's up and it's down. It pumps and it dumps. But the main thing to think about is at the moment we've got a very significant area on the chart that we're kind of teasing right now. It's 56 cents basically. So just to put it out there, I'm not gonna leave you hanging. It's 56 cents. This trend line 56 cents. Got rejections. Got rejections. Got rejections, got support, well, got rejection, got support, got support, got support, got support, got support. It does go back even further than that. So we establish now that 56 cents is a big deal. Look at the death cross here, which is the 200 exponential as well, at 56 cents. 4 hourly, Bollinger Band Center is at 56 cents. So 56 cent is a big deal. And then obviously there's a bit of horizontal resistance above us, 57, 58. These are the increments that need to be taken out before something really interesting begins. Now yesterday we had another big pullback towards the 54 cents, which is also maintaining this golden cross on the 4 hourly. Beginnings of uptrends begin like this, and there's so many altcoins out there that do look like this, which is why I think that there is a degree of technicals that support the hopium out there for continuation on altcoins. Because tons of them look like this. I mean, just for another example, here's SHIB. Not that I'm saying that this is the best thing to slice bread, but it's just another example of this exact setup. And there will be power in numbers if we do break out. Altcoins will continue. You might call it alt season. I'd probably consider it to be a blow off top to mark this portion of the cycle over. So, because the alt season, in my opinion, has already been, we've done that. So this is if anything, it's going to mark the end before the pullback. So you just do have to be careful. But anyway, we've got a golden cross and we're trying to battle that 56 cent zone. Let's take it back to a weekly. What have we got on the weekly? So we've got higher highs and higher lows for the most part. Since the bottom was formed around 28 cents. So it's not too much of a gain from low to where we're at right now, but it is still an uptrend. What else have we got here? We've got a golden cross on a weekly, and we've got support on that 200 exponential there, and there. All of that looking very nice indeed. Just above 56 cents is the final resistance, 58 cents. And when I say final, it's because at the moment we're battling increments of a cent. Once we get past 58, we can start to battle increments of close to 10 cents each time, really. Once you get to 60, it's all the way up to 70, and then 80, and then 90. So it will start to pick up pace a lot faster at that stage. We do have MACD toying with the idea of going deeper into the 0 point, which actually would break this down. I still think that if we do go down further, XRP should really be thought about buying around 50 cents, which is still okay when it comes to this weekly setup long term. And if we take ourselves to our monthly, the main support was the monthly Bollinger Band Center itself, which again is exactly the same place or within a few fractions of percents really. As the weekly 200 exponential. So actually really what we're looking at here is a chart that is positioned on the higher term time frames, so weekly, monthly, in a really good place. And if we do start to launch up, we could seriously see some awesome explosive moves on XRP, which seems to be the way that a lot of people are interpreting this chart. But there's always somebody out there that's reading that sort of bullish hopium into XRP. But I look at this and I look at the higher term time frames as very bullish. And if you let's just say you don't know much about crypto, for instance, and you just want to make some money over the next couple of years. You don't know about trading, you've got a Bitcoin allocation, you want to allocate into some altcoins, you don't know what's what from where, you don't know where the bottom is, you don't know where the top is, you're not a trader, but you just want to allocate some funds into an altcoin and make some money, probably to outperform Bitcoin. I think this is one at this level, basically. Now, it does pump and it does dump, but based on what I'm seeing here, this is a really decent setup for a long-term investment. And when I say long-term, I mean 1 to 2 years, really. It's got a good position. It's good. Now, if we just take it back a notch, and again, I'm not suggesting this is actually going to happen. We recognise that this area really between basically where we are right now, 55 cents to 58 cents, is the problem. Once you break those, then the higher term, being the monthly and the weekly, which offer the most powerful moves, will really start to kick in. The last thing I'll show you, and again, because it is bullish on most time frames, it's only the short-term time frames because we're battling these silly little resistances above us. On the 12-hourly, we do have a pump signal on the itchy cloud. So this is the green portion of the cloud. We've got a Chiku span above the cloud. We've got the price action above the cloud, and we've also got a positive cross on the conversion baseline, which is all the way down here. So those four components do say pump signal, and that pump signal was generated at 57 cents. So I would be looking for that pump signal to take us up to around 60 to begin. Well, that's where I would take it. The pump signal is generated. You'd look for the next major area of resistance, which is about 60 to 61. But at that point, if we start closing candle bodies at 60 to 61, on a daily, for instance, it basically says I'm ready to do this now. So 60 to 66 to 60 to 70 to 80 to 90 to 110 to 120. That's how it's going to go, and it'll really pick up pace a lot faster. At the moment, it really is just a battle on these shorter term time frames, because the resistances are, well, like I say, in increments of a cent each time. But even standing back and admiring the 4-hourly, I always talk about Captain Hindsight being a perfect trader, because he is. He looks back and go, well, obviously that's where I would want to buy it from, and obviously that's the trade I did do in my head. What we have is the golden cross followed by a retest, and again today we've had a close enough attempt to retest it. If there is a setup on the short term time frames which might lead into the higher term time frames, it exists right here. Basically, with the 200 exponential on the 4-hourly sitting at 54.35, we're now at 54.83. Look, if it fails, it fails. No big deal. The reason I say no big deal is because the monthly and the weekly point to epic moves later on down the line. So if this is a coin that you bought and this particular trade, as in like the short-term time frame trade, didn't work out, and you don't want to sell at a loss, I wouldn't feel too uncomfortable holding XRP given the way that the monthly and the weekly look, because you'll be underwater for some time probably, because the market will determine the direction of XRP if it fails to break out from 56 to 58. But actually, the way that it looks on the higher term time frames suggests, look, I think the smart money goes in. I think the smart money goes into XRP, and it gets left there for forever, however long it takes, at some point within this cycle. So look, it's not all bad. It's actually quite good, and I like XRP from a trader's standpoint. It almost always plays the way it's supposed to play, and given all the time frames that we just looked at, I think there's a very good chance it's going to play, which basically means explosion. Which I'm not going to say it's going to go to $1 million. I see some people talking about XRP hitting like hundreds or thousands. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is a large move looks like it's pending, and a continuous trend looks like it's guaranteed on the higher term time frame. So it's actually not a bad investment or trade to take. However, that's me. That's my decision. It's my money, not yours. So if you decide that it's something that you want to do, have a good think about it before you do anything. And don't let me persuade you, because that is not my intention, to buy it. I just like what I see, that's all. And even if it fails, I actually still wouldn't mind. Right, thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.